Hi, my name is Teron Gator, and I am part of the Social Work 525 Intro into Advanced Practice course. And today I am going to tell you why I have to be a social worker. Why do I have to be a social worker? The reason that I have to be a social worker is because I have always had a calling to help people. It has not been until I have matured some that I realized what exactly that calling may entail. I have always been told that I have a helpful spirit about myself. Going into college, I knew that I wanted to work along the lines of psychology or social work because I wanted to find out why people do the things that they do. However, as time progressed, I saw myself not feeling psychology and turned to social work completely. Social work to me is basically a profession of helping. As a new social worker, I have learned that we are here to provide an example of leadership by advocating for those less fortunate and more oppressed than us, and continue to stay that way because society isn't allowing them to progress and become the productive societal members that they are meant to be. I have learned from one of the empowerment-based articles that the reason that racism is painful is because of the concept of invalidation, and this comes from the article from Michael S. Spence. People don't realize that this is a new day and age, and I believe that I am here to try to convey that. Being a minority is not fun, and this comes from experience. There are still barriers preventing certain peoples from progression, and as a social worker, I have the duty to fight, to prevent, and remove further barriers because we were all created equal, and we should be treated as such. Only a social worker can possess the empathy it takes, the non-judgmental attitude, the cognitive skills, and the three mindsets to promote human dignity and health as a human right. We all should be able to live equally and possess the availability to good health as a human right, because we still do have those, I think. My role in relation to oppression is to help my clients move forward and obtain the rights deserved to them and their cultures, whether it be black, white, or gray. Going further, I learned that a sensible clinician will realize that any purpose-giving, optimistic belief system that is relevant to a client must be acknowledged, explored, and reasonably integrated into the clinical process. I believe that personal empowerment is a key to strengthening my clients, thus preparing them physically, mentally, emotionally, and professionally to fight for their rights. This can be completed by advocating for them and having them advocate for themselves through client self-determination, because oppression is something that inhibits them socially, physically, professionally, and emotionally, and economically. The policies put in place sometimes hinder their progression. The basic principles to empowerment-based social work are those same principles that America was constitutionally founded upon, which is respect for mutuality and dignity. And as a social worker, these are the values that I plan to uphold. That is why I have to become a social worker.